So if there's one thing I love more than a lot of most things is I just love writing. I love writing online. I love telling stories. I love writing with personality and style. And writing is just my favorite thing. That's why I'm a copywriter. But a lot of writing today is becoming dry. It's formulaic. A lot of people are losing their voice and their personality and their style because we're replacing humanized writing with AI and all these tools that really takes away the humanity of what it means to be a writer. So I'm going to kind of give you an overview of what it means to be a prolific, not even prolific, just to become an online writer, make money, how to write conversationally, and what you can do to build a brand, build a writing brand essentially. So that is what I'm working towards and what I'm doing as a copywriter and just an online writer. And I want to teach courses and cohorts and all that cool stuff. So let's just focus on what you can do to become, we'll really just focus on building a writing brand. So the first thing you need to do is figure out what you want to write about. So, so let's say the first thing we'll do is figure out writing topics. I don't know why this is underlined. Writing topics. And say, okay, what topics do I love writing about? Maybe it's sports. Well, let's just do it myself as a case study. So I love writing about writing styles, characters, stories, and conversationally. So can't spell conversationally. Okay, writing topics. And so I also love copywriting examples, um, different ways to improve conversions, copywriting conversions. I also like writing about life, being a dad, how to be more productive, and building and what it means to build a business and how I'm building a business. Okay, so those are my writing topics. Now, could I make a business with any of these? Of course I can. Like if I really studied and like you think of James Clear, he didn't go to school to study habits. They don't teach habits in school, um, and there's no like degree in habits. But he really wrote about habits and decision making for years and years, and then he wrote a book. Now he has a best selling book, and now he's like doing super well. He's on guest talk, and like you can go into this whole rabbit trail of it. But so you have writing topics, but he found a topic he loved writing about and he studied it and did it. He was disciplined and he figured it out. So you have to figure out what writing topics do you want to be an expert at, and then where can you share those things? So like, let's say you want to write about these topics, okay, and you're gonna write about them. Whoops, you're gonna do it social. You can do social and website. So you're gonna share these on LinkedIn and Instagram and Twitter. You're also going to share it, for instance, on your website, and you're going to share it just all over social media and even media maybe YouTube, TikTok. Okay, so there's where you're going to share your writing, and then you're going to figure out, okay, what kind of opportunities do you want? You may want like speaking opportunities on copywriting. That's what we call it. I would like that. And maybe you want to teach a cohort on writing and copywriting, which is what I want to do. And get or work with brands on copywriting and writing gigs like landing pages and email copy. Do consultation calls. Okay. So look at now we have what I'm passionate about writing about, where I'm going to share it, and what opportunities I'm hoping to get. Now, the thing is, okay, now what are my habits? Okay, right. Daily habits. These are things I'm going to put in place so I make sure that I'm creating these opportunities for myself. So maybe I do post on social Can't even say social once a day. And then you can say, share, or do a YouTube video once a week. Also say, write 2 articles a week, and create a newsletter on these topics. One particular one maybe, which I did on copywriting examples. And you know what? I also want to put on here Substack, or your newsletter. This newsletter. Okay, so if you do these things, now you're giving yourself tons of opportunities. Kind of like great game plan and like building a writing brand doc. But this is how you essentially build a writing brand, a copywriting brand. You're creating a game plan of like, these are my topics. This is what I'm going to share. These are the opportunities I want. You can say, I want to make 75K in the first year. It's okay. How am I going to do that? Besides just doing all this, am I going to reach out and tell them about, share my writing? But this is what I'm doing. This is what I tell other people to do. You can't just want outcomes. You can't just say, I want to write online. You have to figure out, what kind of writing are you teaching them? I love writing styles. I love stories. I love characters. I love how to write conversationally. I love injecting personality into your writing. I love copywriting, so I help people build a brand. I help copywriting with like health tech brands, and so they can improve landing pages and conversions and email. I love sharing it and doing different content on this. You don't have to spend 50 hours a week doing all this. You can schedule out content. You batch content. You create different topics of content that your audience is talking about and the problems you're going to solve for them. But you're creating a system to help you with all these things. So like eventually maybe this takes 2 hours a day. It doesn't mean you don't work for the rest of the day. It just means, okay, how can I optimize my time if I'm working 9 to 5 and this is my side hustle? These are all things to consider if you want to build a brand around writing, especially copyright writing. If you want to become a ghostwriter, you think, okay, if I want to become a ghostwriter and I want to talk about ghostwriting for authors in this particular genre, then it's okay, I'm going to talk about that all the time, and I'm going to post on social what the problems they have and why hiring ghostwriters is so essential. And these opportunities I want, and these how I'm going to get these opportunities, and these habits I'm going to put in place. And I'm not going to win every day. And by winning, it doesn't mean you're going to get people coming up to you every day and asking to work with you. But those opportunities are eventually going to come because you're stacking those habits, which is what this is essentially what James Clear teaches. But that is what I do, and that's what I wish I learned 7 years ago when I started doing this, and I've learned over and over again, is you need to get over this fear of, oh, my writing is terrible. People go, no, I don't like writing. Everyone's terrible at first, but like that's not the right mindset to have. Be optimistic. Figure out what you love writing about. Share it. Think about goals you want, and think about the habits you're going to have in place so you're going to reach those goals over and over again. And that is what I would do if I were building a writing brand. And I hope that helped.